Hi TG gang, welcome back to the channel. So today's video is a requested one. Yes, I said that, requested. I see your DMs. So anyways, it is the Revlon Photo Ready Candid collection. So they've launched a primer, a setting powder, foundation, and a concealer, which I've tried in this video. So you guys know, if you're definitely interested, you better stick around. So this is how it looks. Before you judge anything, I have changed my background a little bit. I removed the lipsticks. Let me know if you guys want the real plant situation to stick around. I just wanted more natural. I have reduced the saturation on my videos because I was actually looking like an Oompa Loompa, and yo, don't tell the girl that I be looking like an Oompa Loompa. So anyway, I have reduced saturation, so this is going to be the first video that looks different from all the other videos. So don't be like, oh, it looks a bit too light. Just like, look at everything together, look at the full picture. So you guys will let me know your thoughts down below. But anyway, if you're here, thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in, much love. Just check it out. Hi, so we're not going to be focusing on my eyes today. Obviously the eyes are already done. We are just going to focus on, so we're going to start off like with this Rose Glow primer. It says it's hydrating and an illuminating primer. Okay, so it just says place a few drops into your hand, rub together to melt oil beads. Apply to face for illuminating skin. Wear alone or under any cream or liquid or powder foundation. Okay, so we're gonna try this. So obviously for primer, you guys know on this channel I always stick to my is it my Bobbi Brown? Yeah, it's my Bobbi Brown primer. So it says apply a few drops to your hand. Thing is, I love applying stuff to my face. So I'm just gonna rub it in. Yeah, it feels okay. So it's not thick. That's good. I don't like thick products because they clog up my pores. It's not thick. If you guys can see, it applies fine. It doesn't leave like a white mask that most primers usually do. So when it comes to foundation, I have two shades over here. I have the shade 530 and 550. So I think the thing is, the reason why I got these two is because I wasn't quite sure if one of them would be my right shade or if I would have to actually mix them. So I'm actually just gonna like swatch on the side of my face. So I'm gonna start with 550. Okay, this is 550. I'm gonna apply it down there. So definitely that is not my shade. So now I'm worried because this might be too light. So this is 530. Okay. 530 seems to have a more of a undertone that matches my face but is still quite light. The thing is, this one has an undertone that gives off this ashy feel, so I don't want to wear that one. So I don't know if I mix the two how the color is gonna look. Okay, let me just mix them here. I don't know. What do you guys think? So I just went into the mirror to have like a closer look of how it wears. I definitely don't like it mixed together. So I'm just gonna try for today 530, which is Pecan. Obviously it's not my exact shade, and you know, like if you know the struggle, like some brands just won't always have your shade. So I'm gonna use this one and see what happens if I contour, but I definitely prefer the undertone in this one. So I'm going to be using my brush, which is still a bit clean. I used this yesterday. This brush is amazing when it comes to applying foundation. Actually a brush I got with like my Avon thing. Okay, so it does go very light, so I have to build, and that was 2 pumps all over my face, so I definitely have to build on that. So I'm gonna go in with the next pump. Well, okay, you shouldn't be doing this already. Something's wrong with my pump. I don't know if I'm supposed to be squeezing it on this end and then pump it up. Okay, that's not working. Okay, so squeeze and pump at the same time. That's how you'll get it to work. Does it have any claims? It says medium to buildable coverage, no harsh ingredients. Okay. That's what we're gonna go with today. Alright, so now that it's like drying, I like the coverage. It's settling in well. Don't forget your neck, guys. I see a lot of people that forget to go down all the way down on the neck. If you use this brush will do the things for you in life. This is like genuinely just one of the best foundation brushes I've found. We definitely need to seriously contour this face because I feel like I'm just a bit too round. So they do also have a range of concealers. Guys, I literally collected a bunch because like I just wasn't too sure, like I wasn't too sure which concealer was going to match me, but based on the color of the foundation, I think I'm going to be using 60, and then the darkest one that I have here is number 75. I am not sure if that's the darkest shade in the range. Let me see. I have a little book. Yeah, number 75 is the darkest concealer in the range, so I am going to be trying that one, and 60 to highlight. So I'm going to take my contour brush. So let's open this. You can tell I haven't opened this stuff since I got it. I don't know if you guys watched the vlog where I actually attended the event. It was actually a nice event. One of the best I've been to, actually. So shout out to you guys, like Revlon, you guys did that. Like, oh, this is interesting. It's got an applicator. I thought it was gonna squeeze out. Okay, so it's not dark. No, this is definitely not dark. It is not dark enough for me to contour, so I will not be going in with that. So if you are darker than me or you are my shade, you definitely don't have a contour shade. So probably this is only for highlighting, and you know, someone with a deeper skin tone could use that to highlight, but I definitely can't use it to contour, so I'll only be trying out the concealer to highlight. So yeah, I'm just gonna blend it out. Let's see if it blends well. Okay, you guys will see this side. You can definitely see that it blends well with other products. So, because you know, some other products, when you start blending, it like lifts, and that's just like always a problem for me. There we go. That's the side of my face. I'm still gonna bronze it out because that's the only way we can tell if we're winning or not. But that would be after I highlight. So I'm just gonna do the bridge of my nose as well. It definitely, well, blends well. So I'm gonna be using the shade 60 to highlight. Don't fall. So I'm gonna like this because I love applicators for under the eye. It just feels nicer when you use. Okay, it's very light. Because I will tell you, I tried another concealer just yesterday, and that concealer was very thick. So this is very like a light formula. It's not as thick as some of the concealers I've tried. It's actually not as thick as the other concealer that they have. The one that I used for the longest time, which is the Colorstay concealer. I used the shade Deep. That was definitely thicker than this. Y'all know I just tell y'all the truth here. Ain't nothing but the truth. So a concealer that is light, a light formula, I always let it dry up a bit for like about 2 seconds before I blend it out, because if you actually move it around immediately, you're just gonna move all your product, like your foundation, everything beneath is just gonna move around. So I would definitely let this sit for a few minutes. So I'm gonna let this sit for a few minutes and then blend it out. So just like I said, because it's a light formula, after you've wet your beauty blender, you definitely want to make sure you press it into a towel as well and get all the excess water out, because this is a light formula. If your beauty blender is too damp, you also just move around the product and like it'll all just gone to waste. So I'm just gonna blend it all now. Okay, this dries quickly. Okay, you see, that looks good. That blended out really nicely. And now to set my under eye, we're going to be using the Candid what is it, anti-pollution setting powder. This is in the shade number 1. They have a shade number 2 and number 3, so it's light, medium and dark. So I'm going to be using the light shade. I generally always use like a light shade for under my eyes. It does open up like this, so the container is quite different. So I think I'm going to have to pour some on the actual lid to set my under eye. So let's see how that sits. Okay, it's definitely a fine product. I do feel like just from first impression and just applying it, it does make it feel like look a little bit cakey, but I don't know how that's gonna look after I've set it. It could change after I've set it with setting spray, but yeah, I like it. It's not that bad. I'm gonna pour some more to set my forehead. How's it looking, yo? You like? Yo, let me know if you like this. Oh, my phone chooses the worst time to be buzzing. I left it in my room. And it's so far. Okay, I don't know if it looks a little bit ashy, so we'll wait to see till I set it. I don't want to judge too early. So now I'm gonna finish the rest of my face on camera, but I will not be like going through everything because you guys have probably seen me do all these steps, but I'm just gonna show you the products that I'm using as I go. So basically this is the final look. My thoughts are, I'm not sure if it's the setting spray that I used. There's little hints of like little bit of like gray, I don't know, especially here. I think it's the setting powder. The foundation, although it said medium to buildable coverage, I do still see I don't know if I come closer, I can still see certain like dark spots. Obviously those would require color correction before you apply your foundation. So if you have dark spots, no matter how full coverage, okay, there probably are foundations that has that full coverage that you don't need to conceal, but most drugstore, if it's full coverage, you will have to color correct before applying the foundation. So I'm not gonna have a huge problem with that. With the concealers, every time there's a concealer, I always expect the range to have a darker concealer for me to contour, but not every brand is looking to take their concealers that wide. And I'm actually happy because this is the most amount of shades I've seen in their concealer range. The previous concealer range that I was using only had 3 shades, so I'm quite happy that they've introduced different ones with different undertones. I'm definitely going to be using these because I have quite a few, and obviously I'll pack some for the next giveaway. And then when it comes to the primer, I think I'd need to use this a couple of times, or actually wait to see how this foundation lasts with this primer, and maybe then try it with another foundation in order for me to judge. I basically liked how the primer applied. It didn't leave a cast on my face. Otherwise, just having done my face for drugstore foundation, I am impressed. I have no serious complaints. This looks pretty. It looks like something I will wear. I mean, like if we're going towards summer, you want affordable foundations that you can wear every day. Let me just check how much this costs. For a foundation that is 149 Rand, this is very affordable. I think this has to be the most affordable Revlon foundation to date. So I definitely would recommend this. And it does say here there are no fragrances, no oils, no dyes, and all those things that we don't want. And the concealer is a bit pricey for most of us that, you know, tend to rely on our LA Girl. So this is like 149 Rand, and it's a lighter formula than your LA Girl. So I think I would still be caught between buying the other ones, but I'm very happy that they have introduced 12 shades. And with the primer, 249, which is actually a good price for a primer, because I think my actual primer that I wear quite often is around about 500 and something Rand, so that is really reasonable. And primer is just a good base for anything you do on your face. And as for the setting powder, which is 149 Rand, is reasonable. From the way it's applied, I will have to see it throughout the day, and yeah, so I will come back later, guys, and fill you in on how my makeup looks, because you know it ain't a foundation review if we do not do a full day wear test. So I'll come back later and fill you guys in. So I'll check you out. Much love. Hi guys, so I'm back. It's 6 o'clock. So basically I've been wearing this for about 7 hours, and I wanted to show you guys a final review. If you can see here, the only thing where the makeup has moved is just right here, because I was crying because of the pimple. Yeah, a dog basically chased me in the complex and I thought I was gonna die. So that was that. Besides that, the makeup hasn't really moved around, so I don't know if it's a setting spray that helped. I'm just like looking at everything on how it's coming off on camera. Everything looks good. I'm just a bit worried on the undertone. Like some situations it does like look like it's just a little bit gray in some spots. The setting powder does really set your face. It does give off that cakey very drying effect around my under eye, so maybe I wouldn't necessarily, I think I would have to give it another try, but it really does set your face. So I mean, I don't know, it's just, I've had better foundations, so based on the coverage, I really like it. For the price, it's definitely worth the price. For the price, it definitely gets my 8 out of 10. But just comparing it to all other foundations and overall, definitely I've had better coverage. I mean, I've had foundations where if I cry, like, it won't remove so much, but it looks really good. I'm really happy with this. So a big shout out to Revlon. They really did good on this one. My makeup hasn't moved. It's not that oily. I think I could still go another 3-4 hours, but I'm really not trying to wear foundation that long because my pores will get clogged up. So I'm happy with every single thing. I'm just when it comes to the rose glow illuminating, I'm just not sure if this does make that huge difference. But if this is the reason why my makeup is sitting well, then I definitely give it a thumbs up.